This right here is the common hippopotamus, Hippopotamus amphibius. Now, for a long time, it was assumed that the hippopotamus was related to the pig. I mean, just look at it. But recently, they figured out that their closest relatives are the cetaceans, the friggin' whales and dolphins. Not the manatee. No, that would have made too much sense. I mean, a manatee looks like you made a hippo at Build-A-Bear, but came up short on stuffing. No, the manatee is related to the elephant, while the hippo is a whale that wasn't. Anyway, the ancestors of the hippos didn't join the ancestors of the whales in the ocean. I have a guess why. They didn't know how to swim, so they stayed in the kiddie pool. And you know what? 54 million years later, they still don't know how to friggin' swim. They really don't. They fake it. They bounce along the bottom. And it's kind of cute. Look, they tuck in their little wrist angle things like a bunny rabbit. I mean, for not knowing how to swim, they're quite graceful. In part, it's because they're sort of a perfect mixture of heavy and buoyant. They're heavy because they have these ultra-dense bones. And that's good because without them, they'd have some buoyancy stability problems. What with all that fat and those big lungs, they'd roll around like a meat beach ball down there. But as it is, it's almost perfect, like they're walking on the moon. But the hippo isn't fully aquatic, it's semi-aquatic, which means it does it half-ass, literally. Their face took a page from the crocodile and sort of rotated their eyes and nose up to the top. And this allows the hippo to hang out in the water, looking like a creepy old man in a public pool. Now, being semi-aquatic, all this equipment has to work above and below. And I'll tell you, you don't want to play Guess That Orifice with a hippo. Here, look at this one. You guess, and then I'll show you what happens when it opens up. Oh, look, it's just an eye. Under the water, they can keep their peepers open, because they're protected by a transparent membrane. Their nostrils look a bit like two hairy mud slugs singing opera. I know what you're thinking. That's a hole you could lose a fist in. How'd they keep the water out? Well, the trick is, when they're relaxed, they're closed. This is similar to the dolphin's blowhole, which is just a pair of nostrils that joined up and went to the top. So every time they want to take a breath, they have to flare their nostrils. Is it just me, or does that look like an evil Muppet? The good thing is, it helps keep the water out. Sure, once in a while you have to clear out the pipes, but these remarkable nostrils allow the hippo to do something else. They can take their nap time under the water. Look at that, that's how you nap. They have a reflex which allows them to raise their head and take breaths, all without waking up. Now their ears do this little thing. I like to pretend that they're tiny wings. And sometimes it's this little twirly motion. But this is something they do to get the water out their ears when they come up. And you gotta keep those clear because there's a lot to listen for. And it's not just the sounds they make out of the water. A team of science hippies threw some carrots into murky water and then listened as a science hippo tried to find them. The hippo made a series of clicks under the water. Sounded like this. I know what you're thinking. That's a fart. They recorded a hippo fart. And that would be embarrassing, but no, I think they ruled that out. But hippos seem to use clicks to echolocate like the dolphin do. And they sound like farts. This right here is a mommy hippo in the process of giving birth to a brand new baby. Birth usually happens under the water, and the baby needs to learn quick how to come up for air. It's not all that strong yet, and it's still learning to hold its breath. So for the time being, mommy helps out with a nudge before it sinks back down like a flesh rock. Soon enough, though, it gets the hang of it. For the first months, the mommy hippo will raise the baby away from the pod, for reasons that will be painfully obvious. But for now, this is about as sweet as a hippo relationship gets. I mean, come on, those babies are cute. And look at pygmy hippo babies. I mean, that's off the charts. It's like a gummy bear come to life. But parenting out there isn't all that easy. Nope, honey, that's a crocodile. Hot. Oh, for God's sakes. At this size, the babies are still vulnerable to predators that wouldn't take on a full-grown hippo. So it's helpful to have a full-grown hippo around.